Hare Krishna. Good morning, dear devotees. Welcome to our Srimad Bhagavatam, Kalashanji Srimad Bhagavatam class. We will be reading today from Canto 9, Chapter 16, and we'll be reading text 28 through the rest of the chapter, and we'll be going into the focus verses 28. And so there's a few purports throughout this reading. So we'll go through each translation and purport, and then we'll come back to 28. Oh, what the heck? We'll use the phones. But before that, we sing this wonderful, beautiful song, Jai Radha Madhava. Jai Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari. Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari. Jaya Gopi Janavallabha Girivaradhari. Jaya Gopi Janavallabha Girivaradhari. Yashoda Nandana Braja Ranjana. Yashoda Nandana Braja Ranjana. Yamuna Tira Vanachari. Yamuna Tira Vanachari. Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari. Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari. Jaya Gopi Janavallabha Girivaradhari. Jaya Gopi Janavallabha Girivaradhari. Gopi Yashoda Nandana Braja Ranjana. Yashoda Nandana Braja Ranjana. Yamuna Tira Vanachari. Yamuna Tira Vanachari. Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Jaya Radha Madhava Sri Radhe. Jaya Radha Kalashanji Sri Radhe. Prabhupada, Jaya Prabhupada. Yay. Shri Radha Madhava ki jai. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. We'll do the auspicious prayers, the Mangala prayers together. Just Narayanam Namaskritya Naram Chaiva Narotamam Devyam Sarasvatim Vasam Tato Jayam Udirayat Nashapreya Shahabreshu Nityam Bhagavata Sevaya Bhagavati Utamashloke Bhaktir Bhavati Naishtaki Om Meganthamarandasya Gananjana Shalakaya Chakshurlamritam Yena Tasmai Shri Guruve Namaha Vanchakalpatarubhyascha Kripa Sindhubhyevacha Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namaha. Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Srivasadi Gaura Bhaktarinda. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Namo Vishnu Padaya Krishna Pristaya Bhutale Srimate Bhaktivedanta Swaminiti Namine. Namaste Sarasvate Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvashesha Shunyavati Pasyatade Shatarine. Okay, Hare Krishna. Let's start with verse 28. We won't read the purport of this because we're going to come back to it, but we'll go to 28 and then 27 in the purports. 29, excuse me. Yes, and then yeah, we'll continue. Anybody got a mic? Go ahead, Mataji, please.
Vishwamitra, the son of Maharaj Ghadi, was as powerful as the flames of fire. From the position of a Kshatriya, he achieved the position of a powerful Brahmana by undergoing penances and austerities.
O King Parikshit, Vishwamitra had 101 sons, of whom the middle one was known as Madhuchanda. In relation to him, all the other sons were celebrated as the Madhuchandas.
In Srila Prabhupada's purport, in this connection, Srila Vishwanatha Chakravarti quotes the statement from the Vedas, Tasyaha Vishwamamrita Syakya Satyam Putra Ashuhu Panachansad Eva Janyanso Mudachananasya Panachatan Kanyamasyaha. Vishwamrita had 101 sons. 50 were older than Madhuchandana and 50 younger. Okay, next verse, please. That is correct. Oh, there it goes. It was lagging.
Vishwamitra accepted the son of Ajigartha, known as Stunasepa, who was born in the Bhrigu dynasty and was known as Devarata, as one of his own sons. Vishwamitra ordered his other sons to accept Stunasepa as their elder brother.
Let's see how he became their brothers. Oh my gosh.
Shunashepa's father sold Shunashepa to be sacrificed as a man-animal in the yagya of King Harishchandra. When Shunashepa was brought into the sacrificial arena, he prayed to the demigods for release and was released by their mercy.
Oh my gosh, a man-animal. Purport. Srila Prabhupada says, here is a description of Shunashepa. When Harishchandra was to sacrifice his son Rohita arranged to save his own life by purchasing Sunasepya from Sunasepa's father to be sacrificed in the yajna. Sunasepa was sold to Maharaj Harishchandra because he was the middle son between the oldest and the youngest. It appears that the sacrifice of man as an animal in yajna has been practiced for a very long time. Oh my gosh. Still going on today. Who knows? Yes. Okay.
Text 32. Although Sunashepa was born in the Bhargava dynasty, he was greatly advanced in spiritual life, and therefore the demigods involved in the sacrifice protected him. Consequently, he was also celebrated as the descendant of Gadhi, named Devarata.
It pays to be advanced in spiritual life. Get saved from your being sacrificed.
Text 33. When requested by their father to accept Sunashepa as the eldest son, the elder 50 of Madhuchandans, the son of Vishwamitra, did not agree. Therefore, Vishwamitra became angry and cursed them. May all of you bad sons become malechas, he said, being opposed to the principles of Vedic culture.
Is this an unusual thing, Vishwamitra getting angry? Purport. In Vedic literature, there are names like Malecha and Yavana. The Malechas are understood to be those who do not follow the Vedic principles. In former days, the Malechas were fewer, and Vishwamitra Muni cursed his sons to be Malechas. But in the present age, Kali Yuga, there's no need for cursing, for people are automatically Malechas. This is only the beginning of the Kali Yuga, but at the end of Kali Yuga, the entire population will consist of Malechas because no one will follow the Vedic principles. At that time, the incarnation Kalki will appear. Malecha Nivana Nidyane Kalyasi Karavalam. He will kill all the Malechas indiscriminately with his sword. 34, please. It's a little hard to go back and forth, huh?
When the elder brother of
Oh,
Muchakundas,
with the mic, please.
oh,
Thank
sorry.
you. No
When
problem.
the elder brother of Muchakundas was cursed, the younger 50, along with the Muchakunda himself, approached their father and agreed to accept his proposal. Dear father, they said, we shall abide by whatever arrangement you like.
Straightened up pretty quick, didn't they? 35.
Thus the younger Madhuchandas accepted Sunashepa as their eldest brother and told him, we shall follow your orders. Vishwamitra then said to his obedient sons, because you have accepted Sunashepa as your eldest brother, I am very satisfied. By accepting my order, you have made me a father of worthy sons, and therefore I bless all of you to become the father of sons also.
Srila Prabhupada's purport of the 100 sons half disobeyed Vishwamitra by not accepting Sunashepa as their eldest brother, but the other half accepted this order. Therefore, the father blessed the obedient sons to become the fathers of sons. Otherwise, they would have to have been cursed to be sonless Malechas.
Vishwamitra said, O Kushikas, descendants of Kaushika, this Devavrata is my son and is one of you. Please obey his orders. O King Parikshit, Vishwamitra had many other sons such as Ashtaka, Harita, Jaya and Kratuman.
Vishwamitra cursed some of his sons and blessed the others, and he also adopted a son. Thus, there were varieties in the Kaushika dynasty, but among all the sons, Devavrata was considered the eldest.
Purport. This ends the Bhaktivedanta purports of the 9th canto, 16th chapter of the Srimad Bhagavatam, entitled Lord Parshuram Destroys the World's Ruling Class. Okay, let's go back to 28, and we'll focus on this verse. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. Oh, you're fast. Okay. Gadir Abun Maha Tejaha Samidya Eva Pavakaha Sameda Eva Pavakaha Tapasya Shatram Utasridya Tapasya Shatram Utasridya Yo Lebe Brahma Varchasam Yo Lebe Brahma Varchasam Gadir Abun Mahateja Samidya Eva Pavakaha Tapasya Shatram Utasrajya Yo Lebe Brahma Varchasam. Please, Bolo. Gadir Abun Mahateja Samidya Eva Pavakaha Tapasya Sautram Utsraja Yo Lebe Brahma Varchasam Gavari Abun Mahateja Samedya Eva Pavakaha Tapasya Satram Utrisya Yo Lebe Brahma Varchasam. Kabir Abun Mahateja let's go into the word for word, please. Together, Gadehe from Maharaj Gadi, Abut was born, Mahateja, very powerful, Samidaha, inflamed, Eva, like, Pavakaha, fire, Tapasya, by austerities and penances, Shatram, the position of a Kshatriya, Utraja, giving up, Aha, one who Vishvamitra, Lebehe, achieved, Brahma Varchasam, the quality of a Brahma. Translation and purport by His Divine Grace, A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami, Srila Prabhupada Ki Jai. Vishvamitra, the son of Maharaj Gadi, was as powerful as the flames of fire. From the position of a Kshatriya, he achieved the position of a powerful Brahmana by undergoing penances and austerities. Please repeat. Vishvamitra, the son of Maharaj Gadi, was as powerful as a flames of fire. From the position of a Kshatriya, he achieved the position of a powerful Brahmana by undergoing penances and austerities. Purport by His Divine Grace, A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami, Srila Prabhupada Ki Jai. Now, having narrated the history of Lord Parshuram, Sukadeva Goswami begins the history of Vishvamitra. From the history of Parshuram, we can understand that although Parshuram belonged to the Brahminical group, he circumstantially had to work as a Kshatriya. Later, after finishing his work as a Kshatriya, he began to become, he again became a Brahmana and returned to Mahendra Parvata. Similarly, we can see that although Vishvamitra was born in the Kshatriya family, by austerities and penance he achieved the position of a Brahmana. These histories confirm the statements in Shastra that a Brahmana may become a Kshatriya may become a Brahmana, or a Vaishya, and a Vaishya may become a Brahmana. By achieving the required qualities, one's status does not depend upon birth, as confirmed in the Srimad Bhagavatam 7.11.35 by Narad. Yasyalya laksanam proktam pumso varna bihi vananjakam yadyantrapi drisyeta tatena viniradisit. If one shows the symptoms of being a Brahmana, Kshatriya, Vaishya, or Sudra, even if he has appeared in a different class, he should be accepted according to those symptoms of classification. To know who is a Brahmana and who is a Kshatriya, one must consider a man's quality of work. If all the unqualified Sudras become so-called Brahmanas and Kshatriyas, social order will be impossible to maintain. Thus there will be discrepancies. Human society will turn into a society of animals, and the situation all over the world will be hellish. Vishvamitra, the son of Maharaj Gandhi, was powerful as the flames of fire. From the position of a Kshatriya, he achieved the position of a powerful Brahmana by undergoing penances and austerities. So this is Srila Prabhupada in the purports explaining that by our qualities, we get our Varna. And this is interesting because this is the third purport in a row that I've spoken where it's been on Varnashram Dharmas. Varnas. I was like, oh my gosh, Krishna's really trying to teach me something here. But what I thought would be appropriate is the story of Vishvamitra. It's a very wonderful story, and it explains this process by which one can become a Kshatriya or a Brahman. So Vishvamitra was a king previously, and he's a very powerful king. And he decided, as a powerful king, he would take out his sons, and he would take out his army, and he would go check up on his land. Kings would do this every once in a while. They would venture out and see how things are going in the kingdom. And so, on his adventure, he came across the town of Vishvishta, and there were the sages. And the land was very beautiful, amazing, greenish plants, greenish trees. The fruits were growing like anything. And Vishvamitra was very attracted to this land. So he came, and Vasishta met the king, and he was very, very kind to the king. He was very welcoming, very hospitable. And he asked the king to sit, and they spoke for some time, and Vasishta really wanted to see the king sit and enjoy by eating with him. But Vishwamitra said, no, I must go on. And Vasishta encouraged, no, you please sit down. So a couple times it went like this. Vishwamitra said, no, I must continue. But Vasishta was very persistent, and so Vishwamitra could understand that he was true to his word. He wasn't just being nice. He wasn't just being hospitable. He really wanted to see Vishwamitra stay there. So Vasishta calls to his cow, Sabala. Sabala, come here. Sabala comes. And Vishwamitra has all his soldiers, his 100 sons himself, and Sabala, the wish-fulfilling cow, automatically starts producing all kinds of food stuff. Rice, sabjis, pies, bread, pastries, sweets, yogurt, butter, everything. Out of the ears, out of the nose, out of the mouth, out of the udders came all of this food stuff. And Vishwamitra and the soldiers and the sons were very pleased. They ate very sumptuously. But Vishwamitra, he's a king. And sometimes as a king, you can be intoxicated by your power, right? And so Vishwamitra saw this cow and he decided, I am the king. I should have the best things in my land. So this cow should be mine. So he asked Vasishta, please give me your cow. And Vasishta said, I can't do this. He said, no, you must. I am a king and I have my army. If you can't just give it to me, I will take it. So Vasishta is a very learned Brahmin. He's not attached to anything. He's completely renounced. But like Krishna says in the Bhagavad Gita, that he's partial to no one, right? So Vasishta was also partial to no one. But when somebody gives service to the devotee or to Krishna, that person comes very dear to them. So Vasishta was the Sabala was very dear to Vasishta because the Sabala had done so much service. And so he was very much in anxiety for Sabala to be taken by Vishwamitra. So what did Vasishta do though? He said, fine, you take the cow and I will forgive you. Vishwamitra takes the cow, and Sabala, the cow could talk. This wish-fulfilling cow could talk. He said, no, please, I do not want to go. Why are you abandoning me, my master? And Vishwamitra said, what can I do? This is the king. He's got such a big power. He said, as a matter of fact, he's a Kshatriya, and I'm just a poor little Brahmin. And Sabala could understand in his heart that this was a message. And he said, yes, you are a Brahmin, and Brahmins are stronger than Kshatriyas. So you please just order this to stop, and it will stop. And Vishwamitra said, stay. And all of a sudden, the cow became free. But Vishwamitra was very disappointed. He was very upset. Vishwamitra is known for getting angry. So he decided it was time to fight. So the army starts to fight, and Vasishta annihilates the whole entire army very easily. So the 100 sons, they surround Vasishta, and they start to attack him. And Vasishta's there with his staff, right? And he destroys all 100 sons to dust. Vishwamitra hung his head in shame. He was pretty disappointed. He was embarrassed. And he decided, I will go to the forest and I'm going to do some austerities and penance because I must come back and get my revenge. So he goes to the forest and he does his austerities. And he does the austerities for who? For Lord Shiva. And after 1,000 years, Lord Shiva comes and says, what do you want? He says, well, I want better weapons. I want the knowledge of the celestial weapons of the demigods. So please, you give me your weapon. I want Indra's weapon. I want the fire god's weapon. Please, I want all knowledge of the celestial weapons. Shiva says, so let it be. Vishwamitra sets back out to the town. He's going to destroy Vasishtha this time. He comes and he starts throwing the weapons at all the sages and the rishis, disturbing them. And Vasishtha sees this, and Vasishtha comes at once and says, this will be stopped. And Vasishtha pulls out his staff, and Vishwamitra throws the fire god's weapon. He throws the Agni's fire, a big comet on him. And what does Vasishtha do? He sucks it up by his staff. So now Vishwamitra is very mad. And he starts throwing all the weapons at Vasishtha. He's throwing Indra's weapon. He's throwing Brahma's weapon. He's throwing Shiva's weapon. And each weapon, what does Vasishtha do? He just sucks it up with his staff. Like it's nothing. So Vishwamitra, he's very sad again. Very disappointed, very shamed. I will go back into the forest and I'll try this again. At this time, Vasishtha had become the priest of Ayodhya. And at the time in Ayodhya, the king was not such a very good king. He decided that he wanted to go to the heavenly planets in the body he was currently in. And Vasishtha said, this is irreligion. This is irreligious. I can't do this sacrifice for you. I will not do it. So the king, he knew that he could go to Vishwamitra. He knew that Vishwamitra had done so many penances and gained so much power. He also knew that Vishwamitra was a king or is a king, and that would endear him a little bit. But most of all, he knew that Vasishtha denied him this boon, and so if Vishwamitra was able to give him the boon, then Vishwamitra would be so, I outdid Vasishtha. I allowed this king to go to the earth. So he comes and he does it. He performs a sacrifice. And as the king is going to heaven, what happens? By who? By Indra first. By Indra. Indra says, no, this isn't possible. You have this body of earth. You cannot come here. And so also the demigods and the gods of the heavenly planets also deny him. And the king falls down and he's screaming, and Vishwamitra comes and stops him, saves him. And Vishwamitra is now angry at Indra and the gods of heavens. He says, I have done this sacrifice, and this person, I have done this sacrifice, you must accept him. And what does Indra do? Indra, at this time, very interesting, is very okay with it. He appreciates Vishwamitra. He says, you're very powerful. Okay, I will accept. Oh, excuse me. One thing that happens is in Vishwamitra's angry, he decides he's going to make a whole new heavenly planet, heavenly system. 27 planets. He starts, so Indra is like, whoa, this guy's serious, So they say, okay, fine, he can come. Please stop. Those planets that you created in that system will. Matter of fact, he'll resign there, no problem. So what does Vishwamitra do? He is a little introspective. He realizes what a mistake he's made. See, when you help people that are impious and aren't deserving of the mercy that's being given, the person who's giving that mercy has to take on their karma. So Vishwamitra could know that his sacrifice had been diminished. And he knew, why did I do this for this king? Oh, I've done this because of my envy of Vasishtha. So at this time, Vishwamitra finally gets it. I must become Brahminical. I'm done doing this. I'm going to become Brahminical. I'm going to do my austerities. I'm going to do my penances. I'm going to become a Brahmin. So again, does 1,000 years. So this time what happens? Indra hears. Indra gets a little bit worried because he sees the strength that Vishwamitra goes, and he sends one of the heavenly ladies to Vishwamitra. Vishwamitra doing his penance. Caesar, She's beautiful, gorgeous, nothing we could even imagine. And Vishwamitra says, you know what? You're a heavenly girl. If me and you are together, it's not like earthly karma. Those things don't, the things of heavenly people don't exist in aren't problems like they are on earth. So me and you can be together. So after 100 years, Vishwamitra realizes what's going on. What am I doing? I was doing my austerities. I was doing my penances. I was working on becoming a brahmana, and I got distracted. And so the heavenly girl is actually shaking. She's quite fearful that she realizes that Vishwamitra knows what's going on. But what does Vishwamitra do this time? He actually says, don't worry, you move on. Go. He doesn't even punish her. Is this a improvement in Vishwamitra's attitude? Yeah, he was being forgiving. Forgiving such an important quality, right? Indra was forgiving, Vashishta was forgiving. So he begins his penance again, and this time though, the universe starts to, actually what happens is one more time even, Indra sends another heavenly girl. And what does Vishwamitra do this time though? He opens his eyes and he realizes what's going on, and he says, you're cursed to become a statue for 1,000 years. She's now a statue for 1,000 years. So he goes back to his penance, and now the universe is shaking. He's getting so powerful, right? And Brahma realizes, okay, we need to take care of this before he destroys the whole entire material creation. Brahma comes, and he says, okay, stop. You're going to get what you want. Your heart is now pure, a matter of fact. And Brahma says, because of your pure heart, now you will get all Vedic knowledge. Do you know who's there with Brahma? Vashishta. Vashishta's even there with Brahma. And what does he do? He greets him with open arms and says, brother, you've done amazing things. I have no tinge of bad feelings towards you. We are now brothers. And Vashishta and Vishwamitra become friends. So, Vishwamitra is now a Brahmin, and he's overcome quite a few of these qualities. So I thought this was an important story. Why? Because as devotees, it's been very clear in the age of Kali Yuga that we are born as Sudras, right? Very unintelligent. And we are doing our penance, our austerity, right? What is our penance and austerity that we're doing? Sadhana bhakti, right? And we're so fortunate, actually, that we don't have to do thousands and thousands of years of penance and austerity to get the devotional service of the Lord. However, it's very clear as devotees that we will also come with challenges like Vishwamitra. He had so many challenges. But because of his determination to continue to become a Brahmin, to become the quality of a Brahmin, he kept getting there. So we can introspect as devotees. When are we showing anger inappropriately? When are we getting distracted from our mission to become pure servants of the Lord? And we can understand that those mistakes, those things are going to happen. That we stay firm in our vows from our spiritual masters, or to become steady in the vow of what it takes to become initiated. And we can be sure that and confident that Krishna will take care of us and our spiritual master will take care of us. And eventually we will come to the qualities of goodness. We will come to the even higher than the quality of goodness. And then we'll become Vaishnavas. I'll stop there. Any questions, comments, thoughts? Yes, Nandini Mataji. Welcome back, Mother Kunti. I said it
Honey.
already, but I can't help it but say it again. So nice to see
Krishna
you.
Prabhu, thank you. What enlivening pastimes. Thank you so much, Prabhu. So in the purport, there are, Prabhupada is explaining, to know who is a Brahmin, who is a Kshatriya, and based on their qualifications, not on their birth. And so Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati also preached this very strongly, that it's based on your qualification, not on your birth. And because of this, he had many challenges from caste Brahmins. And actually, there was an attempt on his life, even. He was described as the lion guru, and he preached very, strongly. But anyway, I thought I would just share that pastime because Prabhupada's emphasizing that in the purport also.
Yes. And I appreciate this because this is also one thing I was working on to emphasize, is that through our being devotees, we can expect trouble. We can expect people to try to keep us down. We can expect people to try to shrink us to some nature or some birth or something this or something that. And we overcome that because of the orders of the spiritual master to become Brahminical, to become devotees. Within bhakti is everything, right? So within $1 billion is $100 million. And so we will get the qualities of Brahminical qualities of honesty, of cleanliness, of purity, these great qualities of a Brahmin. And we can expect being challenged. Because being a devotee, the challenges that we get help to purify us, helped us to gain those qualities. So yes, I appreciate this, that so many people try to keep us down in some way or shape or form, right? I'm sure you've all experienced this in your own lives, right? Maybe not, by the way, it's not even purposely that people do it. Just envy is so strong that we do it without even thinking, But we as individuals can look at this person who might be having some thing going. We can see as Krishna's arrangement now we can overcome and gain qualities as devotees. And everything becomes nice. Challenging.
Yes, Srila Prabhupada also had those challenges, right? He was very criticized because he was initiating Western malechas, they would say, right? And giving Gayatri to women. He was very criticized, but Srila Prabhupada understood the nature of the Western world, that women and men mix, and by his mercy, he understood that he could lift up all these so-called malechas to Brahminical status. That was his goal, to perform.
He said, this is my miracle.
Yes, this is my miracle. Yes.
And
they asked, what is your miracle? And there it was, yes.
I was looking in the audience here, we have 4 wonderful Vaishnavis. And how many things do we hear about the unintelligence of women and this and that? And so that can be a challenging, right? I was just reading with my wife last night about Queen Kunti and about how Queen Kunti would actually lean into the fact that I'm just an unintelligent woman. What can I do? And because of this humility, even though Srila Prabhupada said, this is the best of Vaishnavis, and she still keeps that humility, and that endears her even more to Krishna, But my point being, though, is that I'm sure you guys know this challenge. I hear it from other devotees and stuff. So I was just hearing that there's one guru who's decided that they're no longer going to give Diksha initiation to women. And it's quite ridiculous. Srila Prabhupada fought so hard to understand this point, that through our activities, our qualities, through activities of bhakti, through sadhana bhakti, our qualities become Brahminical, and therefore these designations aren't applicable. And so Srila Prabhupada's fighting so hard for this. Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati is fighting so hard, and yet we're even doing it with our own society, backing these things up. We should really be so strong in the fact that we appreciate how hard it is to overcome this material nature, to become a devotee. And when we see devotees that are doing it, we encourage them and we appreciate them. And we know that there's going to be moments of blasts from material nature. Let's not take them too serious. Let's see if we can gain anything from them in sense of lessons, but not take them too serious where it distracts us. It takes us away from our yoga, our connection with Krishna. Any other thought? Thank you, Nandini Mataji. Appreciate it. Mother Kunti.
Yeah. So about anger, I think, when I was reading the history of Vishwamitra and Vashishta, I think Vishwamitra really just wanted to be his friend. And when that was rejected, he just really lost it. He just got overly angry and uncontrolled. So is anger really, it's all rooted in rebellion to God, right? I mean, if you think about it, is it possible that that's the...
Krishna says in the Bhagavad Gita, there's 3 gateways to hell. Anger being one, lust and greed. These 3 things will take us, spiral us down to the depths of hell. So, one thing I was reading this purport and I was thinking about is how important it is to be conscious and aware of the qualities that we're developing in each other. Because we want our bhakti to be pure to Krishna. So when there's some kind of impediment, we should also be conscious to what is keeping us from there and be very, very much inquiring how to overcome those qualities, right? So we might see lust in our heart, we might see greed, we might see envy, And so when we recognize it, there's 2 things we can do. Sometimes the mind is distracting us and we can kind of just put it off the side and go, right? So we can be kung fu artists, right? In kung fu and karate, you use the energy of the person to go. So sometimes you just pull that bad thought and you just, whoop, not there today, But sometimes it doesn't just go away, does it? Sometimes it says, nope, we're going to fight. And at that time, we can, instead of trying to continue to repress it, we can say, wait a minute. Okay, let me be aware of this. Let's be conscious. Let's see what's going on here. And we can ask why. Why am I feeling this? I really appreciated Mother Nandini, right? You said yesterday, excuse me, I little classes are kind of, they sometimes blend in. But somebody mentioned that envy is actually an appreciation for a person on the other side, right? Yeah. So if we become aware of it, that envy, and we use some intelligence, sometimes the mind becomes envy and we can just go, stop, you're being silly, you're being a kid, knock it off, okay, my bad. But sometimes it just won't leave us alone. So we can look at it and say, okay, why are you doing this? Oh, you actually are appreciating that person who comes to Mangala Arti quite often. Instead of, they're so puffed up becomes a Mangala Arti. Actually, it's you being puffed up. But anyways, wait a minute. I'm appreciating the fact that this person's getting up early and being regular in their service. Let's go there. That's better, right? And you can see if you use the intelligence, the torchlight of intelligence, all of a sudden the intelligence goes, okay. And if we can get deep enough to go, this is a devotee, then even the soul gets involved and says, okay, let's all line up here. And all of a sudden, just these big difficulties become just, okay, no big deal. What do you think, Mother Kunti?
Like water in the hoof print of a calf.
Yeah, right?
Hare Krishna, Prabhu.
Hare Krishna.
One other thing I wanted to ask you is, like both Vashishta and Vishwamitra were important in the Brahmayan, right? Vashishta, I believe, in the early years assisted, and then Vishwamitra went, right, to ask Dasarath for the sons to go with him to, kill these demons and so forth.
Mm-hmm.
And so how does that work with this? Was it a different yuga, or, how, do you have any idea about that?
With what's going on right now?
Yeah.
From what I understand now is you're correct in the fact that we just read Lord Ram's pastimes, right? And then we get to Parshuram, and
Right.
Vishwamrita's still hanging around with his 100 sons. That's what I understand. You can correct me if I'm wrong. Yeah. This right here? I think we're still in Trecha Yuga. I don't think, I think Parshuram, from what I understand, like I said, Gokulananda Prabhu, Trecha Yuga still? Oh. Hmm. 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 Ah, there we go. Oh, the story of Parshuram. Go, yeah. The story of Parshuram was before Lord Ram, because Parshuram, the bow. Actually, yes, please say, because I got a little mixed up. Gokunanda, thank you, Prabhu.
As far as I can recollect, there was this Swayamvar wedding ceremony where the bride chooses her groom.
Yes.
So Mother Sita, she garlanded Lord Ram, right? Because Lord Ram, he won the contest of breaking the bow, Lord Shiva's bow. As soon as he did that, there was a tumultuous sound which actually alarmed Lord Parshuram, and Parshuram came to the scene. And he was about to fight with Lord Ram. But when Lord Ram showed his opulence and he revealed his identity, who he is, then Parshuram understood, he offered his obeisances and said, now it's time for me to wind up the pastimes. And better I retire. So that's how he retired himself to the northern parts of India, Himalayan.
Thank you so much, Gokulananda Prabhu. It's wonder having a nice Brahminical devotee, brahmachari, trained. Thank you so much. Amazing. Any other comments, thoughts? Okay. So, it is true to a certain degree. We came from so many births that were troublesome, right? It's tough. However, by the mercy, the causeless mercy of Srila Prabhupada and our gurus, we have a chance to overcome these things. We have a chance to become Brahminical. We have a chance to become even higher than that, become Vaishnavas. And if we focus on their instructions, chanting our 16 rounds, following 4 regular principles, and doing our best to be aware of the qualities that we should have as Vaishnavas, we will go through some troubles, but we will make it. The mercy of the Lord is very, very powerful, and the mercy of the devotees is even more powerful. So be confident and know that Krishna has us taken care of. Okay? Hare Krishna. Srimad Bhagavatam ki jai. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Vanchikalpatarubhyascha kripa sindhubhyevacha patitanam pavanebhyo Vaishnavevo namo namaha. Antigori Vaishnava Vrinda ki jai.